Hey, it's April Davis PI, and I am here to show you the opening and the contents of a ShopGoodwill.com box. Yes, ShopGoodwill.com. I haven't bought a blue box in the last few weeks, so I got a couple of ShopGoodwill orders. One came from Cleveland, and it actually arrived last night, which was phenomenal. I'll show that in a different video. But this was the one I was waiting for. This actually came local. This came from the Goodwill of Southern California, and we've got 10.18 pounds of jewelry, and I paid up for it, but there were definitely some nice looking pieces. It's been one of those weeks where I really wish I had Worth Point. I can't wait to show you what I think might be inside this bag. Stay tuned. Well, as I've said before, I would love to have a different setup, like an overhead cam and a second set of hands. But we're going to do the best we can with what we have. I just want you to see me actually opening the bag. I spotted something on the auction page, and I got to this auction right before it was getting ready to close, so I didn't have much time to think about it or research it. But I saw an item that I think may be a Goldette perfume bottle necklace. They're very rare. Goldette was a jewelry brand between the 50s and the 70s, but they're big and they're chunky and they have these different ornate designs. I thought I saw one that looked like the Egyptian pharaohs, but it was all covered with other pieces of jewelry. And I thought, oh my God, if that bottle is actually attached to the chain, I may have something super valuable. And after I won the auction, I started researching some of these online and found that some of them are extraordinarily valuable. So I have been praying for the last couple of days while this was en route from their LA store that it's actually in here. Oh my gosh. They double bagged it. I'm very impressed. Usually, like with Blue Box, they just throw everything in the box. They don't wrap anything. Oh my gosh. And I don't want to break it, Oh, I'm so nervous because if that's not in here, the other, 9+ pounds better be really good jewelry because it's going to take everything I have to resell all of this and make my money back and then some. I'm not in the business to lose money or break even, but if I can get a few nice pieces that I can keep for myself and then get my money back, then I'm happy. I'm not going to ever get rich off of this, but I've learned so much every week that I get one of these. Well, not every week, but whenever I do receive a box, whether it's Blue Box or Shop Goodwill, I learn something. I think I get more educated with every opening. If there's anything that you see that I don't figure out, please feel free to point it out in the comments. And that's little Kelsa saying hello. So, yeah. Also, if there's something that interests you, my email is aprildavispi@gmail.com. I do have multiple online selling platforms, but you can also buy from me privately if you see something that you like. So let's try to get this out. I'll have to obviously, take the time to sort it off camera so I don't run down my battery and get in the way of the camera. It's easier for me just to do it that way, to sort it and then come back on the air later and show you everything that I have. I just really hope that Goldette Egyptian piece is in here. Stay tuned.
2 hours later.
Well, it's the next day. I don't even know where to start. This is incredible. This is one of the best Shop Goodwill boxes I have ever received. And the banger piece that I thought was in here, it's in here. Do you see it? Oh my God. The Goldette Egyptian Revival Statement Necklace. Now, this is supposed to be possibly a perfume bottle. It does have a hole in the bottom. The Goldette stamp is here. It's actually in two spots, the Goldette stamp. There does appear to be a seam right there, but I'm not sure how to open this. And then it hangs under, this is supposed to be, apparently this guy here is King Tut. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Now, I know I've said this before on videos. I need WorthPoint, but WorthPoint is $30 a month. There was one that just sold on eBay for around $227, $228, something like that, but it came with some earrings. I've never seen that before. This is super rare. I do have it listed. It is listed high. It'll pay for the whole lot and then some. I know it will probably sit for a while, but I don't mind enjoying this piece while it sits for a while. If you'd like to talk to me about it, please say something in the comments or contact me at aprildavispi@gmail.com. I am just absolutely thrilled over this piece. I've been studying a lot about Goldette and learned so much this week. Just in the 2 days that I was waiting for this to arrive, I did a lot of research believing that this was in here. And then I saw this piece like underneath, and I was like, oh my God, I hope this is one piece. But it was. Now, there are so much more. I've only got some of the pieces set out on the table. I've already lost a piece in the stash that was marked 14 karat gold plate. I know gold plate is not worth a lot, but I'd like to find which piece that was. I found something that looks like a coin bracelet, but I don't think these are coins based on the backside. It almost reminds me of an Indian rupee from India. I'm not sure what it is. I don't think it has much value, but I could be wrong. Please don't be afraid to offend me in the comments. I'm here to learn from everybody. So if you know what this is, where it came from, let me know. Also, very nice a cross. And I had just got rid of most of my cross pieces in whatnot sales or jewelry jars. So, yeah, let me try to get it to focus. There you go. Pink with the heart inside the cross. Very, very nice. I found this too. I don't think it's worth anything, but it's actually an Olympic pen from the LA Olympics, but it's dated before that. It says 1980 LA Olympic, and the Olympics here were actually in 1984. Then we have the new ones coming in 2028. In fact, one of the venues is only a mile from my house. So that is like a promo Olympic pen as they were getting ready for the Los Angeles 1984 Olympics. Pretty cool. There is a big stash of silver here. I haven't tested it yet, but there's like 5 or 6 pieces. All have like parts of them stamped 925. Of course, the stampings don't mean anything until we test it, but it's kind of cool because I've got a necklace, I've got 2 chunky earrings, I've got 2 handmade beaded bracelets, one of which appears to have a filigree piece. Let's see. This could actually be a jade and some rubies. And then it's on a filigree piece that's stamped 925. That appears to be a very old piece. I'm not sure why somebody would put something like that on a bracelet rather than making it a pendant. I recently sold a pendant that was very, very similar to this. And it actually had gold on it. So we'll have to test this stone. And in fact, we'll have to test all the stones. I'm pretty sure these are ZZs, but I'll test them for diamonds, and I'll get out the gem tester and see if we've got jade and rubies there. That's pretty cool. Even if it's not, I'm saving it for the silver pile. Unless there's somebody who really would like to have that bracelet, then hit me up. I know this is not like a huge amount of value, but there's a couple of Betsy Johnsons in here. And there's a Betsy Johnson seahorse necklace, and I do have, I found a couple of blue colored beads in here. Apparently this piece is missing 2 of the rhinestones, but I do have them. So when we get out the jewelry glue, I'll be able to fix that. There's also another Betsy Johnson piece. I haven't really looked her up yet, but this one. There's a couple of Aldo pieces in here, and I thought one of them was really interesting. I think it was it this one? Yeah. I'm trying to reach around my tripod here because I don't have an overhead camera yet. Yeah, very nice Aldo piece. It was another Aldo piece. I'm not sure what this is. I've seen them on Amazon for like $36, but I don't think I would wear that, but maybe somebody would. Maybe it has some value. There's another piece that resembles the Aldo piece, but it's not Aldo. It's just a big floral statement piece, and I really like that. And I'm not a statement necklace kind of gal, but I do like that. I would wear it. The stones, the cabochons, actually kind of remind me of Aurora Borealis or abalone, but I don't think they are. They're definitely not abalone, but they do kind of have a Aurora Borealis sparkle to them. So I'll have to research that further. Also, probably not of great value, maybe, $10. A Hello Kitty bracelet, but it's in perfect condition. And I love Hello Kitty. That's great. There's also a bracelet in here. It's not marked, so I'm not sure of the value, but it's a gemstone bracelet, and it fits me perfect. So I might keep it, might sell it. I mean, I can't keep everything. I do want my money back for all of this. There's also a couple of copper bracelets in here. Here's one of them. It's actually stamped copper, so that's always cool. Copper is very healing. Let's see. There was another piece I wanted to show you, and I try not to get emotional here about this. See this? This is a hanging bat, and it's actually, I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, but it's an alchemy from England. Yeah, it's from 2017, but it has the alchemy 1977 stamp and the England stamp on the back. And the reason this means so much to me is I had a friend, a very close friend, and we used to exchange videos of these dancing bats, and we were obsessed. I mean, we must have talked about these almost every day, the dancing bats. There was also quite a bit of rings in here. I really love this one, although it's a little tight on my ring finger. At first I wanted to make sure it wasn't a scarf clip, but it is actually a ring. It's a gemstone ring, and it's just gorgeous, and it's on sort of a kind of a brass tone. I'd say it's more brass looking than gold. Lots of other just, inexpensive rings. This one's really cool. That's got like an amber stone. This is huge. It needs to be clean. A lot of this needs to be clean. But there were quite a few rings in here. I just grabbed a handful of them. There's a really nice Monet signed butterfly. I've been finding a lot of signed vintage Monet lately. Not sure why that is, but that's always a nice piece to have, a Monet. But it's for sale. I think everything here is for sale, except for the upside down hanging bat. I still have the whole box. Let me lift that and try to get it in front of the camera. I still have all of this to go through. And somewhere in there I think it was a necklace that was marked 14 karat gold filled. I mean, I know it's not real, but I'd like to find that piece and weigh it. I know that gold fill is just a little teeny bit of gold, but still, gold is gold. I'd like to find that piece. I can't even believe it. I mean, I hadn't even left the home, so it's here somewhere. I couldn't believe it. So Oh, and I found this piece. I wasn't even sure what this was because it was wrapped in cellophane. This pendant, it was wrapped. And I'm like, what is this? It's all wrapped. And then I realized it's a beautiful necklace, and it was actually signed Jenny Bird. I have it listed on my eBay, but if somebody wants it, let me know here. I had never heard of that brand. There's a couple more necklaces that are in here that are signed designer brands. I found a White House Black Market. I found 2 Aldos. I found 2 Betsy Johnsons. I have the Monet. Oh, I have this one, and it doesn't have a maker on it, but it's from Israel, and it's stamped as such, and it appears to be some sort of native piece. I don't think this is silver, but it could be. But it does have 3 markings on the back, made in Israel. So I'm going to have to test this metal right here and see if this is in fact silver. These go for about $100 just on eBay. So I've done really well with Israeli pieces before. I don't know a whole lot about Israeli pieces, just like I don't know about this this piece that was wrapped, this Jenny Bird signed piece. But there's so many signed pieces in here. At least 5 to 6 pieces of marked silver that we do have to confirm by testing. I'll do that off camera. And some of those pieces are rather chunky, rather heavy. So I'm really happy about that. But, you know, I've been on this box at the very last second because I saw, let me get the Israeli piece separate from it. Don't want to break it. Oh my God. I saw this, but it was covered up, and I just saw the bottle like laying to the side like this, and it was covered, and I saw some of these pieces. Like, oh my gosh. If anybody has WorthPoint and would like to look this up for me, go for it. I won't turn down any advice that anybody has. And is this really a perfume bottle? And see the Goldette signatures on the bottom? There's also on the back of one of the Egyptian pharaohs, there's another signature piece. Oh, right here, there's a little tag. It's hard to see on the video, but there's a tag that also says Goldette, and it's not damaged at all. I mean, this has got to be from the 50s or the 60s, at the latest the 70s, but most of the research I found is saying 50s. So what do you think, 50s, 60s, or 70s? Goldette was a designer company in New York. They do not exist anymore. These pieces were extremely rare, and it's in perfect condition. Nothing is broken or missing on this. I'd love to hear everybody's thoughts and opinions. Please put your comments in the comment section of the video. I'd appreciate it if you would share this. So I will say, as I always say, thanks for watching, and like, comment, share, and subscribe. I'll see you soon.
I know it's nothing new, but it's so good to see you. We do this every day, and I'm still so amazed.